decided to finally get around to making the video where I take off the front end. Buy yourself one of these wrenches. It does things, mainly these things. So then you spin that off. Ba-dang! And then your whole dealie should come right out. Now I have a GHK pop-up in here. So this is the stock nylon GHK unit with a piece of a chopped BB from when I let somebody borrow it. Oh, that's sad. Anyways, stock nylon GHK hop unit. It seems to have ever so slightly a fitment issue that has caused the bolt not to fully seat all the way. So I might have to do a little bit more a Dremelin of some sort, but I'm not sure what I would Dremel, so I'd have to figure that out. I don't know, maybe it's supposed to sit there. Oh, maybe it was the other part that was the problem. Because the previous owner did that. So, let me turn the light on here. Yeah, as you can see, I think he was trying to add, hold on a second. There we go. This way's up. I think he was trying to add distance for these to sit back all the way in. And quick video about the GHK hop-up, or possibly midway through the GHK hop-up video, because I've made such a wreck of videoing it that I've basically pseudo started over. Anyways, the previous owner did that loveliness. Oh, this side doesn't look too bad. It actually looks like it might have already been there. And then he sent a GHK hop unit with it, which I have installed. The problem I've noticed with the GHK hop unit, let me push the bolt all the way forward. So there we go, bolt is all the way forward. Problem I've noticed is that when I push the GHK hop unit in all the way, it moves the bolt back ever so slightly. Again, there's the hop unit sitting all the way in, everything almost flush. There's the bolt all the way forward. So it looks like even if I were to Dremel further back in here, it wouldn't solve the problem, because the issue is that the hop unit itself is too long, it looks like. So I've been trying to fit these together and figure out like what's going on here. And what I've got is these two actually fit together really well. There's even a little bit of a gap right there. So it's not that this part of the chamber is too long. It's that this is either not recessed enough, or this whole thing is not sitting far enough forward in the actual barrel part. This part with the whole dealie in it. So how this works is this sits over this. Yay. And then the wheel goes over the top, right? And the wheel holds it all together. So, yeah. That all sits, and then the wheel holds it. Yeah. Can you see better without the light? Yeah, it's just hard to see. So, let's try here. There, hey, there we go, that's better. So, how this works with the GHK one, you got your window right there at the top. You can see the indent where my little dealie push down on it. Is that called a nub? Yeah, nub, yeah. That's the thing. I know Airsoft names. And then you put the spinning wheel back on. And this all goes like a this. And it fits in there. Nice and neat. Now, what I'm noticing here is it can't go any further in. Can't push any further in. So it seems like the nylon GHK hop for their M4s is a touch too long and will stop your bolt from closing fully. So now you know. I'm gonna try and I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I'm gonna try and make it so it works. Ladies and gentlemen, we have progress. So you'll notice that gap right there is smaller than it used to be. So if I push all the way down on the barrel, there's still that little gap in the bolt where it seats, but it's much less now than it used to be. So let me show you guys how I did that, because I'm going to keep doing it on this GHK hop just because I like using AEG rubbers. So on the GHK hop, I went around and I was like, okay, well, it's not the edge of the chamber here. So I did a little bit of sanding on this flat edge here, trying to move it up. So I was trying to basically take this whole plane here and move it up. And then I went, yeah, that's gonna take way too long, and then it'll be all not good. So what I did instead is I found the collar ring right here where it sets into the outer barrel. And by, sorry, not there, here. Butts up against this. And by deleting that, normally there's a lip at the bottom edge of this right here. By deleting that lip and then taking these nubs and taking them down as far as I need to, I can move this further forward in the outer barrel and let the bolt close more fully. So I'm going to keep doing that, and we'll see how it goes. By the way, I'm using one of these to do it. Ryobi makes a cheap flex shaft. I want to say I paid like $100 for this thing, and it is awesome. So if you can find one of these for cheap, flex shafts are way better than Dremels. They're a lot lighter and they're a lot easier to move around and a lot easier to brace your hand on something and do stable movements. So, flex shaft for the win. I have reached a point where with the bolt all the way forward, I can push the hop up all the way back and none of the little tabs stick up anymore, which means when I put on the outer barrel, it will be able to go all the way flush. The last problem I'm running into is the adjustment knob is hitting this wall here and stopping the outer barrel from going fully over the rest of the hop-up, because I'm assuming the GHK hop-up tourney wheelie is a little bit too long for the TWS9. So what I've been doing is I've got some sandpaper. This is 120 grit, but that's what I started with, and then I've been switching to the higher grit stuff, the 600 or 400, or sorry, that's 400, 600, 800, yada yada yada, if you really want it smooth. I'm just going to probably use 400 and 600, and I'm just kind of taking off as much as I need by going in ovals and making sure it doesn't get wonkered, and then I'll put it all together and see if it works and show you guys. Alright guys, final video before I put it all back together. So currently, if I brace this against myself and push all the way back with the outer barrel, it is nice and solid. And then if I take the bolt and I push forward on the bolt, it only moves very slightly. So I'm thinking that that can be made up with just the amount of travel the bolt has. I mean, it's so small. So I'm not too worried about it. I could do more if I wanted to. I don't really know where I would do more, but let me show you guys exactly how this all happened. So this is and you'll have to correct me if I'm wrong because the previous owner bought this. I did not buy it. I believe this is an M4 GHK hop unit out of, I don't know, version 2 M4, I think. I have shaved the front of the adjustment wheel. You can kind of see how I shaved it. I have shaved the collar that normally sits right here, and I have shaved that back. It used to be on the outside of my fingernail about right there. So I had to shave, I'd say that's a solid like 2 millimeters, maybe even 3, of distance off the whole way around. Once I was able to shave that off all the way around, I was able to push the hop up forward enough into the outer barrel so that the bolt is able to seat all the way. I should point out that I ran this on HPA all winter with the bolt not going forward all the way correctly, and it still worked fine. So, I don't know. You do you, I guess. I'm gonna do this because I feel like it's the right thing in the right way. And I don't know if it was causing problems before, but I'm gonna fix it. So I'm gonna put this all back together and show you guys how she go. So here she is, guys. Looking. Oh, come on. There we go. Stuck on the other side. No more gappy. Yay. No more gappy. Sweet. So, GHK nylon hop now fits perfectly. Personally, I don't know about you guys, this is just a random thing I'll add in here as well. I adjust my hop up by putting a pointy thing down there and pushing the wheel in whatever direction I want it to go. Works for me. I don't know. I don't think the BRO ones work because the rail is it doesn't have the holes as far back. I think they start up here or something. So maybe a bonus for the TWS9 owners. Maybe not. Anyways, there is how you put a GHK, or not how you put, but how you fit a GHK hop into a TWS9 by someone who has no idea, or had no idea what he was doing. So, I don't know. Hope it's helpful for you guys.